Hey there, I'm Scuffsy. I'm a top 500 DPS and coach here to tell you 3 tips to dominate in Season 9. Tip number 1, focus fire with your DPS. And with the new DPS passive, that passive being whenever a DPS shoots a target, they receive 20% less healing for 2 seconds. It is now more important than ever to pay attention to who your DPS are targeting, because with that healing reduction, it will allow you to burn through your targets even with them being healed. And if you're playing DPS, try to call out or ping the targets that you want to engage on so everyone's just on the same page. So make sure you're all just focusing the same targets. It'll make your life a lot easier. Which will lead me into my tip number 2, and that's communication. Simply put, the team with more communication is the team that's going to win. Because with all the changes in the most recent patch, it's pushing the game back to the early days of Overwatch 1, where coordination is king. And why is that? Well, that's because of the increased health of all heroes, making the time to kill much higher, and the removal of the majority of one-shots in the game besides Widowmaker. And not to say that you can't solo carry, you most definitely can still carry games, but it's going to be much easier to carry as a shot caller and play with your team, rather than using your raw mechanics and gameplay to carry each game and try to solo carry. So it doesn't matter if you're making call. All that matters is just that you're making a call and following up on the call that's being made if there's someone else making calls, just so that your entire team is going together, focusing the same target and on the same page. And that will lead me into my very last tip, which is to find friends or other people to group with in your games. And having people to play with is going to make this coordination so much easier and more common because, as we all know, not everyone joins voice chat every game. And even outside of coordination, it makes you have one more constant in your games, knowing that you can rely on your duo or trio partners to play decent at the very least, and not get those hog or those more one tricks in your games. And it'll give you extra void slots too if you do have those one tricks in your games. And now you might say, well, Scuffsy, I don't have any friends that are at the same rank as me. And that's a very fair point, because I can relate. Now, I have many friends that play Overwatch, but they're all pretty much lower ranks than me. So what I started to do was I started to add people in game after I had a good game, or adding those other players that also played very well, and this is how I found people to queue with and start winning more games after doing so. Or you can just join discords like r/competitive Overwatch or my Discord down below. I have an LFG group that I just created for you guys. There's about like 130 members in there now. Our competitive Overwatch has thousands, so you'll easily be able to find more players to play with. If you thought the video was good, make sure to drop a subscribe. It really does help. I'll be posting each week new videos for you guys, and I'll be coming out with a Sojourn guide for you soon to help dominate as well on that hero. So make sure you're subscribed if you're interested in that, and thank you guys. Have a good one.